For Dalton and Treydan, you guys have been here for a long time. You have chosen to remain in Arizona and had many opportunities where you could have left. Why do you feel like you made those choices, and do you guys feel like it was, the right thing to do at the end of the day?
Yeah, once I made that decision to stay, I guess, all the times when we could have left, it was always the right choice, at the end of the day. Believe in what Coach B's doing and what he put together, and he believed in me, and, what more can you ask for? And plus, these are my brothers here, and, I fell in love with U of A. Been here 5 years, and I just want to go out the right way and, get back to the city of Tucson and, repay what they've done for me, and that's what a good season.
Yeah, very similar. Throughout the couple times that we could have had a chance to go anywhere else, I know we just talked a lot, and we felt like no matter what decision we made, it would be the right one. And eventually it led with us deciding to keep repping the Block A. Like you said, we trusted in the coaching staff, and these are my dogs for life. So I wouldn't want to do it with anybody else. And yeah, definitely made the right choice.
Justin and Troy.
Chubba, you're kind of a different case than those guys. You got here last year, but I think you signed with the Jetfish regime, and then you stayed here. Can you just tell us about that decision and why you stayed here, and how do you reflect on just a couple years leaving?
Yeah, for me, my decision to stay was the main reason I chose coming in the first place, was just the people here. When I came on my visit, I told the story a lot of times. There's times where you go off during your visit with the guys and you just hang out. And I was with the guys, and for those couple hours, it just felt like I was at my cousin's house or at a friend's house. And the family atmosphere here is just unlike any other, And it is real when we say we have a family here. And yeah.
Troy and Brian.
For Treydan and Dalton, just the overall defensive effort from after you guys got off to that quick start, but then Cincinnati started running the ball. I think they had 50 yards the rest of the way after that first quarter. Just how things changed defensively after that first quarter, those first couple drives.
It's football. They got good players too. They caught us in, they got us in something that we hadn't prepped enough for during the week. But you come to the sideline, you make changes, everybody settles in, takes a deep breath, and just falls back on our training, relying on our coach staff, trusting your teammates to be where they're supposed to be, and our defense started clicking how we wanted to. So,
Brian and Michael.
Ian, can you give us a little bit of a rundown of the journey that it took from Sierra Vista to Illinois State, and then back to here, and how that kind of all came about?
Yeah, so at the beginning, my family lived in Arizona before I was adopted. It was kind of my dad and my mom. They got married down here, and they had adopted my older brother, Tanner. And then my dad got reinstated over in Scott Air Force Base. It's in Illinois. It's when they adopted me. So Arizona was in my roots, but I wasn't technically from here. It was just always somewhere that I wanted to come back to. And then COVID hit, and I lived in a hotel my senior year just so I could stay in Illinois, and because I was going to Illinois State the next year. My family moved back here, and then senior year happened, and I just thought that if I could try to get back out here just to be around my family, then that's what I was going to do. So that's how that happened.
So you never actually lived in Sierra Vista?
I did not live in Sierra Vista. I lived in Sierra Vista for 3 months in the summer of my senior year, and I used to always visit throughout high school. So.
Okay. And how do you feel that this season has gone so far for you, as far as the opportunity to get in? I think from the outside, most people don't notice what you do because it just goes into the end zone.
I've always been great at kickoffs. That's what's kind of what I pride myself on. And just Coach Navarro and Coach Brennan gave me a great opportunity to come play around a great group of guys. And I couldn't ask to play around a better group of guys. They work their tails off, and I know that I'm getting noticed, but I don't want them to go unnoticed either, because what I do doesn't compare with what these guys do on the field.
Michael and Justin.
Ian, were you ever a holder before?
I never held until about 3 or 4 months ago when I got here. So.
Yeah, so I assume this is not something that necessarily comes naturally to somebody. How did you learn how to do it and become so good at it?
I kind of figured it was obviously another way to get on the field, and obviously the team needed it because there was a void there, and I know I was athletic and I was good at catching, so I worked all summer on it. hours on the jugs machine, and I just ended up being the holder. We had 2 options, and I just ended up being the option. So.
Justin and then Jenna.
Ian, when you said that you were living in a hotel for your senior year, what was that like? What was that experience like for you?
It was COVID, so it was kind of like all online school. Nobody was really going into school maybe once a week to get supplies for online stuff. But yeah, my dad put me in an extended stay hotel, kind of down the street from my high school, and I was living by myself.
And then for Treydan and Dalton, this is going to be your last home game here. What's your favorite game, favorite memory playing here?
Wow.
It's a good one. I don't know. I would either say maybe Oregon State 2023, just because their offensive scheme was super hard, and we had to prep, really well throughout the week. There were some things we didn't know if we could execute, and then we got them in game, and we nailed it. So, we won that game too. I think they were ranked 9th at that time or something. So yeah, that was a fun one.
What about you, Treydan?
Yeah, the games that stick out to me was the 2022 Territorial Cup. That was a really fun one. And then maybe Utah 23. It was raining a little bit, and then Zona Zoo just stayed in through it all while it was pouring rain. It was pretty fun.
Jenna and then Brian.
Also for Dalton and Treydan, with it being senior day this week, what do you think the emotions are going to be like when you walk out of that tunnel and just kind of take it all in one last time?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be too dialed in, to be honest, because we still got a game, and and that's still the main thing. Is getting this team to where we want to be, and that's 10 wins at this point. But I mean, it'll probably hit me afterwards, though. For sure. I'm sure when I see my mom after the game, no matter how the game goes. But yeah, I'm grateful for U of A, so we'll see.
Brian and then Michael. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to Treydan too? Sorry, go ahead, Treydan.
No, yeah. Pretty similar. I'll probably take a minute to just take a deep breath as I come out the tunnel. It will probably hit me in that moment that it'll be the last time I'm going to take the field. But yeah, definitely going to refocus on the game and try to put a good one together.
All right, now Brian and then Michael.
Chubba, how do you feel like the offensive line has fared this year, and particularly since you've kind of moved over there and taken over that left guard spot?
I mean, every obstacle that's been in our way, we just handle it the way we need to. Every week we always hear, we have a really good group coming up, really good defensive line, and linebackers we're playing against. We have a really good group of guys to play against them. So I just think we trust each other, we trust our coaches, our technique, and we did really well. We trust each other. That's the main thing, and we love each other too. So.
Is there anything Coach Oglesby taught you? Have you worked on this offseason that maybe you hadn't done back from when you were on the offensive side?
Everything, because I didn't play offense. The last time I played offense was in high school because I was playing D-line the past 5 years, so it was like a full switch for me. So just knocking out those cobwebs.
Michael and then Justin.
One for Chubba specifically, and then for the group. This has been probably, I imagine, a pretty rewarding season for you. You've had some injury issues and so forth. What has it been like to just, be a regular contributor, be out there every single week? You have good health and you're in good shape and all that stuff.
It's just been a blessing. I'm thankful to God for the opportunity. Every day I get to wake up, just play the game I love and use my talents and play next to these guys here. It's just, it's nothing like it. I'm really grateful to be here and just to be here, yeah.
And then for the group, anyone can answer this or multiple people, but you guys had those 2 close losses against really good teams. The season kind of could have gone either way at that point, and it's obviously gone in a positive direction. What do you think you took out of those games that's maybe propelled you into this winning streak?
I think, with college football, it can be any given Saturday. But that's the past. Could have been 8-1 or whatever it is. We're 7-3. We're just focused on winning out. But what we took from those games was just, I would say, just building confidence in our process and just what this team is capable of. And most of that we learned from practice. the difference of, you know, losing those games and how our practice was, and, you know, afterwards what practice looked like compared to game moving forward, you know, there was a complete difference. So I would say, you know, there's a lot of things to take away from it, but, you know, we're ready to finish the season off.
Our last two will be Justin and Troy.
For the defensive backs, they've got a really good offense. Baylor does. What have you seen out of them on film, and what do you think about this challenge for you guys?
Yeah, no, it'll be a good one. They have really talented receivers. The quarterback does a good job, you know, getting the ball in their hands and letting them make plays. And their scheme does a good job of, you know, getting them in places where they can just get the ball, be open, find spots, find holes in the defense. So, you know, Coach G is going to cook us up a good plan, and we're going to trust our technique, trust our training, and go out there and give it our best.
And then, Dalton, did you take your official visit here to Arizona, or was that during COVID? What was going on there?
Yeah, nah, it was like a Zoom official visit. I had never been in Arizona, you know, and just committed. I remember someone asked me one time, you know, where's the University of Arizona at? Like, what part of Arizona? And I couldn't even tell them, but here we are, Tucson. I know that now.
We'll finish up with Troy.
Chubba, you've seen Matthew Lotto play on the left and right side, and just his development throughout the year. Just what are your thoughts on how he's progressed from when he first got to campus to now and the game he had on Saturday?
I mean, first and foremost, we're proud of him. You know, I think out of everybody on the online, he has the most reps in practice, and everybody believed him. You know, everybody trusted that he was going to get the job done, and we were just all happy to see him go out there and ball out and do what we knew he could already do. So yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, fellas.
Thank you.